I like the Simplified Strategic Planning Framework by Bradford and Duncan, and I use it as the core of the planning process I use for myself and with my clients. Bradford and Duncan pose 3 essential questions for business. What are you going to sell? Who are your target customers? And how can you beat or avoid the competition? Please note that simplified is not the same as simple. Any planning process worth anything requires time, effort, and thought. Kaplan and Norton's balanced scorecard approach is particularly useful because it develops goals and objectives from 4 perspectives: financial, customers, internal business processes, and people, which is learning and growth. Their approach was developed to balance the dominance of finance as the only measure in business, and it recognizes the value of intangibles in a business. It is particularly useful for developing the metrics for monitoring and controlling your business. This brings me to a quote by Dennis Waitley. The reason most people never reach their goals is that they don't define them or ever seriously consider them as believable or achievable. Winners can tell you where they are going, what they plan to do along the way, and who will be sharing the adventure with them. I want you to be a winner, not a statistic. That is why I am giving you this short, basic introduction to planning, and why I offer more detailed video training and live workshops. Okay, I said we would be getting back to the SCORE business plan outline. Now that we have considered an overview of the planning process, let's look at the questions you need to answer to complete your plan. The first step is answering the basic question, what business are you in? That sounds simple enough, but it is a question many small business owners can't articulate clearly. 3 of the underlying questions to answer this basic question are who your customers or clients are or will be, what your customers want to buy. Note, what they want to buy is not necessarily what they need. And how are you going to provide the products or services your customers want to buy? Another important question to be answered is, what is your end game? Are you building the business to sell, or as a continuing long-term holding? In December 2002, I read an article in Information Week by Bob Evans titled Surviving the 3-Question Exercise. Although it only focuses on 1 year, if you can't answer these questions, what good is a longer-term plan, and how are you going to survive for even a year without wasting your resources? First, what business are you in today? Second, in 6 months, what business will your customers want you to be in? And third, in 12 months, what business will your customers demand that you be in? After reading the article, I printed these questions and posted them above my desk. I still have them posted because they are critical questions and because they are customer-centric. Bob told me later that the 3-question exercise came out of a conversation between him and the CIO of FedEx. So the questions can be used with any size business, and if you use it, you will be in good company. The reason for my emphasis on being customer-centric is very simple. Growth comes from focusing on customers and consistently delivering value to them. Therefore, market focus is critical to business growth. What do you do that brings value to your market? Here is the basic information that goes in the first section after the executive summary. What is the legal form of the company, and when and where was it formed? The mission statement. Why does your business exist? What are your company goals and objectives? Remember, goals are destinations, where you want your business to be. Objectives are progress markers along the way to goal achievement. What is your business philosophy? What is important to you as a company? Nonprofits generally go through values-based planning, but all companies hold certain values that are part of their corporate culture. Summarize your market. Who is your market? What is your industry? What are your core strengths and competencies? The next section simply answers the question, what do you sell? Actually, I prefer to turn that question around. What is your target market willing and able to buy? I probably did not emphasize this point enough earlier. It makes no difference what you have to sell if nobody wants to buy it. What products and/or services do you offer? Describe each at least to the level of detail that you would put into a 1- or 2-page data sheet. What makes them unique and competitive, at least from your perspective? This refers to the features. You may want to go beyond just listing features. What value or benefits do these features offer your prospective customers or clients? Benefits will come up again in the next section. And finally, what is your general pricing structure? The third section is critically important. How are you going to sell your products and/or services? When you have done your market research, you not only have a good handle on how to sell, that research should have influenced what you sell. Otherwise, how do you know if what you are selling is viewed as providing value? Check credible sources of information for your market. Not all information on the web is credible. This may validate or challenge your personal view of the market. Gather your own data if practical. This may be easier if you are focused on a local market. Remember, even credible sources may have a bias based on who their funding sources are. Economics includes information on market size, your expected share, demand for your product or service, trends or growth potential, barriers to entry, technology, regulation, and the general economy. This section of the plan looks at your products and/or services as customers see them. If you didn't do it in the previous section, this is where you emphasize the benefits of the products and/or services. For example, two features of an HD TV might be 1080p resolution and 120 Hz rate. Two benefits might be amazing clarity and no picture blurring during fast action. Talking about lack of pixelation and other technical terminology may not be useful when someone reads about your benefits. This is from a customer perspective, so write the benefits in a way your customers will understand and appreciate. On the other hand, if your customers are very technical, you may need to use jargon that lets them know that you understand. Just be sure to use it correctly. Similarly, whether you market to consumers or businesses, or both, your market research should have gathered information on their demographics and characteristics. Another critical piece of your market research specifically identifies your competition and provides information on how you compare to them. If you are going to open a specialty shop, who are your competitors within a reasonable distance? Even if there are no other specialty shops nearby, are you competing with department stores that sell the same or similar items? Are you competing with internet-based businesses? This slide has a list of potential factors to consider. Part of your analysis is coming up with your niche market.